It's done.
Waiting. It's gonna be wet first. It's gonna be wet first.
Well, I took it outside.
All the food went, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be wet.
You want to put it outside, one on the floor, boy.
Get all the crumbs down now.
Dad, is your photo after me?
Yes, it is.
Oh no, we do, I don't. Do you swallow that
It's a cold and wet December day, when we touched the ground at JFK. Snow was melting on the ground, BLS I heard the sound of an angel. New York like Christmas tree, tonight this city belongs to me. Angel.
3 o'clock in the afternoon now. Yeah, yeah.
So love, well this love won't let me go. So long, angel of Harlem. Birdland on 53. Street sounds like a symphony. We got Junko Train and Love Supreme. Miles and she's got to be an angel.
Who, me?
Let it take, got
With
that
that section,
eyes,
guys?
sees the truth behind the lies. Listen to the backstreet. Angel. So love, well this love won't let me go.
I should not put this there.
So long.
Richard's Way, a simple story of simple folk.
Perfect hangover.
That be there.
Where's dinner, maid? I said, where's dinner, maid?
What yours, Percy Widger?
What do you have?
Open door, maid.
You lazy git, do it yourself.
G'day, mate. Struth, it's cold as a plate of cold tomatoes.
Yeah, it is a bit brass monkeys. Who the hell are you?
Who be it, maid?
Oh, some Aussie geezer.
Hi, I'm Rod Hardlink. This is my brief. Marcus Philo effects.
Like, hi people. Okay, yeah.
What be a brief?
The solicitor, you stupid git.
What be he for? Willa, don't he pick your nose?
Have a job.
Mr. and Mrs. Widger, I have some news for you. Mr. Hartlink here is really Mr. Widger's mother. He has come back to you to claim his inheritance that his father left him. Now, what do you say to that?
Well, I'll be buggered.
Cool, that's what we do, the sheep in the outback.
Prove it, you Aussie git.
Now, madam. I have a professor outside. Dr. Finkelstein?
Huh?
Good evening. In my pocket, I have a towel.
Cool, you're not the only one, mate.
Good proud job.
Please do not interrupt me while I'm talking. I shall continue. In my pocket, I have a towel. With it, I have been able conclusively to prove that Mr. Hardlength is in fact not Mr. Hardlength, but is in fact Mrs. Widger, mother of Percy Widger.
Who's that? Oh. Proud job.
My mother was killed when she was taking the temperature of a cow with a finger and it turned septic and she died in hospital.
What's the hospital?
It's a big building where they treat sick people, but that's not important right now.
Right.
Well, Mr. Widger, my client and Professor have proof.
Right, what we got?
Well, before we go on, I'm going to go and point at Percy.
Don't need point at me.
Now I'm going to empty my man's best friend.
But you ain't got it up, Mother.
Now I mean empty my member.
Oh, you mean your Tajermar?
A plonker.
Yes, one's organ.
But if you're Percy's mother, how come you've got a plonker?
A modern science, Sheila.
You can't do that. Okay, I'll come clean. Me and old Mr. Widger were lovers. Percy's mum left him and went to Aussie-land. Percy fell in love with me. We married, and I heard Mrs. Widger had a nasty accident with a milking machine, and I had to be rebuilt. I guess Rod must be rebuilt.
It's amazing what they can do with a length of hose and some walnuts.
Don't you mean some avocado stones and a pork and beef chipolata?
No, I didn't like that line anyway.
Oh, never mind, eh?
Dad, oh,
Proper job.
It were all a dream. Where's the dinner maid?
Up yours, Percy Widger.
proper job.
Dum de dum de dum de dum dum de dum de dum 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 de dum de dum de dum dum be dum de dum. There'll be more next week with a simple story of simple folks. Tonight's cast was as Percy Widger with Tony Gates. Mrs. Widger was Heather. Willard Widger was played by Sam. Professor Finkelstein was played by Ben Gates. Marcus Filofax was played by David, and special guest appearance as Rod Hardlinks were Peter Gates, the Australian Doodar. Come back next week for more.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
What do you get if you cross a giraffe with a hedgehog?
Don't know.
Don't know. What was it? 10-foot toothbrush. What do you get? What did the tortoise do on the motorway?
Don't know.
10 meters a second. 10 meters in 2 hours. What do you get if you cross a kangaroo and a willy jumper?
Hello. A sheep.
No!
Come on, Sam, your
A
turn.
willy jumper!
Oh.
What do you get? Knock knock, who's there?
Dunno.
Doctor.
Doctor
Doctor
who?
who? You just said it.
It's the way he tells them.
And again, Sam.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Bacon.
Bacon who?
Bacon no egg but. No, bacon no egg but. It's supposed to be egg but no bacon.
Aww.
Sorry, a mistake in that joke.
Give us a song, Sam. Oh no.
A
I know.
song by Sam Jackson.
Remember that song we sung?
Oh, what?
Remember?
When-
You copy the
when
word.
I-
You
when
copy
I
that.
speak
You copy the word.
back
Then
in
you repeat after me.
weeks time.
you repeat after me, right? There's a tiny house.
There's a tiny poo.
Can you do it properly? Come on, please.
Daddy's name.
There's a tiny
No,
house.
let me, you,
On a
you,
tiny stream.
after me. There's a tiny
House. There's a tiny house.
by a tiny stream
In a tiny stream.
where a lovely lass
Where a lovely lass
had a lovely dream.
had a lovely dream.
And the dream came true quite unexpectedly. In Gilly Gilly are some feather cats and Ella broken by the sea. She was out one day
She was out one day
where the roses grow,
where the roses grow.
when a lovely lad
With a lovely lad
stopped to say hello.
stopped to say hello.
And before they knew,
Before they knew, quite
yeah, quite unexpectedly, in Gilly Gilly are some feather cats and Ella broken by the sea. The happy pair were married one sunny afternoon. I can't remember the rest of the words, but it's a nice one, son, in a tiny house
in a tiny house.
by a tiny stream,
Tiny stream.
where a lovely lass
Where a lovely lass
had a lovely dream.
had a lovely dream.
And the dream came true
And the dream came true.
quite unexpectedly. In Gilly Gilly off the feather cats and Ella broken by the sea. In Gilly Gilly off the feather cats and Ella broken by the sea.
They are so.
Now Heather's going to sing a
No,
song.
I'm not.
Now we're going to go to cricket after a cup of tea. Aren't we working?
What's it
We're
say?
going to cricket now. Bye.
Yes, we're back in Plymouth again, and the phones are ringing, but they are not ringing enough. We've compared the figures with 2 years ago. You were much better last time. The whole point of Telethon is for you to give us money to give to charities for you in just a second. First of all, we talked to the Tesco dancers. Are you not the Tesco dancers?
Yeah, we are.
You are the Tesco dancers?
Yeah.
Oh, and what have you been doing for Telethon?
We danced they danced 8 hours and we collected around shops nearby and the people watching.
You danced in the street.
Yeah, outside Arcadia.
And was the weather all right?
Yeah, it was really good.
Good. And how much have you raised for us?
£174.
Brilliant. Thank you very, very much. I have another group here now. Where are you from?
Exeter.
Exeter. Now, what have you been doing?
12 hours of temping bowling.
Oh, no. Was it good?
Yeah.
Got a
very
sore
good.
arm?
No.
You could carry on.
Yeah.
Oh, go back and get making some more. How much have you got?
£245 and 6p.
£245 and 6p. Thank you very much. Now, what I warned you about was, look what we've got here. A bunch of snails. Now, who do I talk to with the snails?
That young lady up there.
Oh, way at the other end. I'm coming up your end. Here we go, here we go. Go. Right. Now, where are you from and why are you dressed as snails?
Right, we're from Blackhawton, which is near Totnes,
Yeah.
and these dear little creatures are normally found lurking down the main street, normally between the George Inn and the Normandy Arms.
Little
So
things.
we decided to start the Blackhawton Telethon Day with a sponsored snail hunt followed by a snail race. Then there were various other events. We put people in the stocks, we had a grand draw, and
Well,
we had a
it's-
terrific time.
I'm judging from your amount, it's all been worth it.
£465.
£465.
That's right.
Brilliant. Now we're going to the total. And from all that, we now have a grand total of...
And the heavy thud of a pair of army boots, because we went to the Worm Charming Festival held on May Day in Blackhawton in Denver. We have some aficionados here, no doubt. Worm charming, as you know, has taken place since the 18th century. It did go through a lull for 50 years or so, but David Kellen revived it, and the Wurzels have now celebrated it in song. So, Gavin went down to Blackhawton this May Day to discover if worms really are charming, or slimy, stupid, and faintly disgusting, as most of us have always believed. Incidentally, you may not know, Blackhorton is the home of yummy pie, a traditional dish made, they say, of minced worm.
Oh, wow. It's proper job. We have some fun this time of year. Life's not all work and farming, because we have this ancient custom here, would you believe, worm charming. Tis only for the early birds, so everybody says. Come down to our contest, and you'll learn the different ways. And a poor little worm had no chance at all. Didn't even know which end he was smiling out of.
Now, David Kelland, you're the organiser of the Worm Charming Festival. How many teams take part?
Well, we started off 6 years ago, about 13 teams. We're up to about 30-odd teams. We're expecting more here this afternoon.
Okay, and a team consists of how many people?
Oh, 3 people. There's a charmer, a catcher, and a counter.
Now, what's the charmer have to do?
Well, the charmer has to charm the worms out of the ground, a very difficult job. We've got the catcher, he catches the worms, and we've got the counter, he counts them all up.
Now, the catcher's job, I mean, does he have to actually sort of grab them quickly?
Oh, yes, yes, because they'll nip back down again, you see. So you've got to be very quick on that one.
Now, what are the actual rules?
Well, the rules are very simple. You've got a plot which is 3 foot by 4 foot square. There are the 3 in the team we've just mentioned. And then you've got the 5-minute warming up period. That's just to tamper the ground, get things going nice and moist to bring up the worms. And then you actually start the contest, which lasts 15 minutes.
And then what happens after that?
Then we have the warming down period. That usually takes place in the local pub.
And how long does that take?
Well, it has been known to take about a week.
Plot number 1, the Newton Nymphs. Plot number 2, the Trowbridge Trippers. Plot number 3, Dustbin Worms Leaders. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the warm-up begins.
People come from far and wide, and some from foreign parts. Big and small, young and old, to watch these skillful arts. The Sheikh of Araby was there, Mad Hatter he came too. Eyes all fixed upon the ground to see the worms break through. A mass breakout.
Tally bungo go mango, pull down your Everybody is dead, come on, let me where are you little worms? Come on, you little germs, hey-oh, hey-oh.
You can tackle surface with a stick and make a gentle thud. Put a fogman slipper on your foot and slap down in the mud. Water sprinkled on the grass, time and time again. The worm will pop his head up and say, "Where's his rain?" Stab it into the earth, or bill as if for oil. You can stamp your feet upon the ground till their tempers start to boil.
How's it going?
They got one.
They come up to the surface to see what's going on. Some cool and different leaves, but this is all a con. Catcher makes his deadly move till all the worms are back, and the counter puts them in his box as soon as they've been tagged. Does it make you squirm? Worm after worm after worm.
Now, what's the record number of worms that have been charmed?
That was 3 years ago. That was 149 worms in 15 minutes. Excellent.
Crikey, that's a lot, isn't it? How do you manage that?
Well, the conditions weren't as good as today. These are absolutely perfect conditions here today for worm charming, and I think, we could see a record.
Now, what about other rules? I mean, is there anything you can't do?
You can't dig them up or blow them up because you'd injure the worm. You're not going to be very serious business.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened in one of these competitions?
I think somebody fell in the mud and got completely covered in mud and water, but that's their own fault. They shouldn't lean too far over into the patch, should they?
That evil fairy liquid is a soap worms can avoid. It makes them slither up for air, gets you disqualified.
There is a complaint about this, that they're using fairy liquid.
We use washing up water rather than straight water at the tap, you see.
Disqualified.
Well known around these parts.
When a copper comes to hit you, he takes gets you out to jail, and all you'll get to eat inside is worm pie by the pail. Oh, what a horrible thought.
And the winners this year with 113 is plot number 18, the Super Sucks 2. So can you come and get your trophy, please? Congratulations on it. All right. Well done, lads.
Does it make you squirm? Worm after worm after worm.
Ah, here's the one. Here's the one.
Before we get any outrage letters, I should tell you that all those worms were put straight back in the ground again, except one or two that Gavin may have inadvertently... Join us again next week. Till then, good night.
Where's your entry? Blackpool Membership Dramatic
Just a reminder, we've been joined by some Welsh friends that have come down here to view the competition. If all the spectators can stand well behind the plots, because when the water starts splashing it does get a bit messy. Is there anybody that hasn't registered, please, and then we'll get their names now before we start.
Embarrassing for you. Walking down there, he comes in.
15, the regatta A. 16, the TSB, brides of lads, 20 bads and blackbirds, 21 sons of bads, 20 period where the liquid can be poured on the ground, and the liquid must not be an irritant whatsoever, so that excludes soapy water, which I think Mr. Baston has got in his bucket. The international judge will be across there to scrutinise. You can what? Fork it! Oh, sorry, I'm a bit hard of hearing. But yes, you can fork it. Let me steady after that whiskey, yeah. Right, so we have a 5-minute warming up period. The area to be charmed is 4 foot by 3 foot square, and each team consists of a charmer, catcher, and a canter. So I just look at my watch now, it is at 10 to 1. So I think we have, Charles, we have the official Esther Ransom's tape with you, haven't we? If you'd just like to listen to this while we're playing through, so your warming up period starts now.
Get out, you!
Coming down here.
How many you got so far? One.
Come faster.
I can see one down here.
More water.
Our international contestant here from Canada. Let's have a look. Our international worm charmer from Canada, Vancouver, has got 4. And it's 5 minutes gone. Don't like it. 3 minutes to go.
I think we have got some. I don't think it's
We have, we've got lots in there.
Have you?
Yeah, about 10.
Have you? 10 in there, yeah?
1.5 minutes left.
Bizarre Devonian Festival, which celebrated its 10th anniversary yesterday, has pledged to continue regardless.
10 years ago, just a handful of teams formed a procession through the tiny South Hams village of Blackawton. But yesterday, the parade of more than 30 challengers indicated how well established the international worm charming festival has become. And as founder and festival director David Kelland proved at roll call, the entrants have lost none of their enthusiasm or eccentricity.
The Churchill Charmers. Rainbow Alliance. 12, the Mr. Wiggly. 13,
What began as a fundraising practical joke has now become an annual crowd-pulling money spinner for the Cheshire Homes charity, which was given the copyright to the festival and now takes a cut from every worm charming event anywhere. The team still comprise a charmer, catcher and counter, all trying to extract as many worms as possible from a square of earth 3 feet by 4. And the rules are rigorously enforced.
Now we've got an international judge and 2 security men from Group 4.
Techniques have always varied enormously, from the slightly less than subtle to the patriotic efforts of Dad's Army trying the old dig for victory routine. And the fact that such originality continues 10 years on is a source of amazement.
I never, in my wildest dreams, it would take off like this. All I can say about the quirkiness is, it is English quirkiness. I think that's why so many people from foreign countries come over to film it. They just think of us being completely stupid, and why not?
Can I ask you again what your theory is here?
Yeah, well, I say today we brought with us all our experience and knowledge of the earth, relationships, humankind, and we just brought it here to Blackawton today to get into the earth.
What's the connection between Thunderbirds and worm charming?
Well, actually, we're here to rescue the worms that might go into danger. We had various liquids here to replenish them when they were short of breath after having all the water poured on them. And we are here to rescue them.
The winners were 3 charmers from a Cornish Cheshire home in Penzance who sang their way to success. Small wonder the worms surrendered.
Nobody loves me, everybody hates me. I'm going down the garden to eat worms. Long, thin, slimy ones, short, fat, fuzzy ones. See how they wriggle and squirm. The long, thin, slimy one slips down easily. The short, fat, fuzzy ones stick. And when the short, fat, fuzzy ones stick between your teeth, all the juice goes.
I remember that song. Now, not a lot of people know this, but...
Oh no, it's flashing.
This is the locker room. As you can possibly see, they are vaguely animals. Among the beautiful women on the walls, there are two other beautiful women. There's Heather waiting with eager anticipation. Smile, Heather. Give us a wave. And there is Nikki, blessed little cotton socks who's organised everything. We are now waiting for Sean to come back so we can go on this tracked vehicle. Anyway, later on we will carry on. Bye now. Preparations. The crew.
Use that term loosely, will you? The crew.
Apparently they are suffering from hangovers. Every last one of them.
That's mine. That's yours, Jane. That's yours. Sorry, not ironed or anything. I have an inspection in on it.
Due to the later arrival of the younger brother. You want to watch yourself this?
Yeah.
Cool.
As you can see, it was made to measure for Heather especially. Waiting for the off. The vehicle. Waiting again in eager anticipation. The new recruits.
Got them mugged.
Yeah. This is good. It looks like when you press there, it's come towards you very quickly. What's your thoughts of this, Heather?
Can't wait.
Trepidation at all?
No.
No?
What? Is it on you nervous? No.
What do you think, Nikki?
Yes, I do.
Is it the first time for you, dear?
Yeah, well, no. Yes.
Press the button. What are the vehicles we're going in, Sean? What are they called?
4-3. The ambulance is a 432, armoured ambulance, and the other vehicle with a crane is a 434.
Right. Salisbury Plain, here we are. We had a very comfortable journey up to what's called the Seven Sisters, and this is what we're riding over. Stonehenge is safe. There in the distance, somewhere, if I'm aiming in the right place. No, I'm not. There in the distance is the vehicle we'll be driving. And that's the 4-2, what is it?
Down there, son.
They'll come up over here now.
All right.
Oh, no, you said that already.
Good advert for Rolls Royces is.
There's how they're looking extremely excited.
Oh, there's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
There it is. Children and spluttering away.
The other one didn't make it though. Don't want to give up.
It's alright, we've got loads. We'll get another one. And another bill for the taxpayer.
I think there were a couple of comments about that.
Rolls-Royce diesel engine, about 25, 26 years old. No road tax required.
Bashing into each other, and it won't be too happy. So we go out to we'll have a couple of people go out, have a drive round, then we'll come back up here and we'll swap over, and we go down and have another play around, and we'll do that during the day, yeah? So these are our armoured ambulances. I think I'd hate to be casualty in war, getting dragged around in one of these. As you'll find out later when we're driving around and getting bashed and bruised and things. So, cameras and everything again. So, I don't know who wants to go in first. 2 willing volunteers?
Go on then.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll drive down the bottom, and then I'll sort of explain how to drive it and where all the bits and pieces are. There. Let's go.
It's falling down. I just put my head through the hole.
Hey? In the driving seat. Right. Yeah, you can just see her back now, getting ready to go. Seat
seatbelt on and everything. We're now starting. This is how the driver will change. He's actually at the control. That was the emergency